Hello everybody! Welcome to the week of June 23rd, and with that, as we all know, a new free hero rotation for Heroes of the Storm has been announced and will be effective as of Tuesday. Today is Monday, but we know what it's going to be, so I'm going to go ahead and get ahead of the game here and show you guys what each character's main abilities are and the talent builds that I like to use with those characters. This week we have Lili. We have ETC, we have Anub'arak, we have Thrall, we have Zagara, we have Nazeebo, and we have the hero killer himself, Illidan. Now with Nazeebo, right here, and Illidan, yet to be level 12 and level 15 respectively in order to have those ones unlocked. So if you're a brand new player and you're not level 12 and 15, you will see those two heroes are grayed out. Lili. So the talent build that I prefer with Lili is pretty simple. She's actually, in my opinion, the most simple hero in the game. What you want to do with her is you want to go Conjurer's Pursuit into Mending Serpent. Mending Serpent's really nice because each Cloud Serpent heals the friendly unit for 15 health each time it attacks. So you put a Cloud Serpent on somebody with W, every time that Cloud Serpent attacks, it gives them a little bit of health. So it's spreading your healing love. At level 7, I almost always go with the good stuff. Healing Brew heals for an additional 21 health over 6 seconds. So there you go, you're adding more healing. You're a healer, the more healing the better. At level 10, Jug of 1,000 Cups. The only time you really ever go Water Dragon is if you have, say, a double healer comp. That other healer is going full heal build. You might take Water Dragon, but Jug of 1,000 Cups is pretty much taken 9 times out of 10.
Are you still there?
It's by far her best ability, and you need to use it. The only problem with Jug of 1,000 Cups is that it can be canceled very easily. So anybody that can interrupt anything will cancel that. ETC will cancel it. Toronto's stun can cancel it. I mean, honestly, I'm drawing a blank, but like anybody that has any sort of stun, cancel it, and it will get canceled. Raynor can cancel it. Tychus can cancel it. The list goes on and on. So be very careful, because you need to make sure you're in the back line with this, and you're popping it early in fights, or else it'll get canceled pretty easily. At 13, I go Shrink Ray or Hindering Winds. Whatever one you feel more comfortable with. Shrink Ray is really fun. You can use them on the Garden and the Garden of Terror, which is nice. And it's good to use on like huge targets that are going to do a lot of damage to you. So either one of these two is nice. At 16, I go with 2 for 1. I love 2 for 1 because it increases the number of allies you're healing. Again, you're a healer. Heal more people. And then at 20, Kung Fu Hustle every time. You want to go Kung Fu Hustle 10 times out of 10. It's just what you want to do. It's amazing. Keeps you alive. And all of your abilities recharge 3 times as fast. It's a fantastic ability. There is the Lili build I like to go with. Let's go ahead and go and try her. I'll kind of show you some moves. Alright, so Lili! Here we are in try mode. Just going to show you a couple things really quick with her. Let me go ahead and grab all of my abilities here before I show you guys. So Shrink Ray, do 2 for 1 into Kung Fu Hustle. Alright, so the way she works is pretty easy. You get near somebody, press Q, it heals them. That's it. You can actually just hold down Q. So right now I'm actually just holding down Q. And every time Malfurion gets hurt, I'll heal him. Super easy to do. Now your W is the serpents, right? I was telling you about those serpents that you put things on. What you do is you press W, put it on him. And every time that little serpent attacks anybody, he'll get healed for a little bit. A little 48, 48, 48 popping up. The E! What this does, it throws a little blinding wind at people. Deals 290 damage at level 20, and it blinds them. What blinding does, it makes them miss their next 2 basic attacks. So you see miss, just like that. And honestly, that's Lili. You have your Shrink Ray. It does a surprising amount of damage. And Lili, honestly, is one of those characters that early game, say even probably to level 12 or so, she's really obnoxious to lane against because she heals so quickly. And every time you hit her, she gets a little more movement speed. And you just can't take her down. Very, very, very good character for new players. In my opinion, still a really viable healer if they made it so that her ultimate right here wasn't able to get cancelled so easily. And it is. Arthas can cancel it if he just stuns me, which it's the bot, so he won't. But it's very, very, very simple to cancel. And I think if they got rid of that, she'd be back in the professional scene once again. But there's Lili. Hope you guys enjoyed her. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions or different builds that you use. For now, we're moving on to the legend himself, ETC. Oh, ETC. How I love thee. One of my favorite characters before last patch. ETC is incredible at crowd control. His entire kit is built around crowd control. Problem is last patch, they made it so he doesn't do any damage. So he's a pretty difficult character to choose over a tank like Muradin or Johanna, but that doesn't mean that he still isn't viable. The way that I like to build my ETC is pretty simple. I like to go with block. Now, the reason I don't like rolling like a stone is because I think the 25% increase on power slide puts you further into trouble. ETC's power slide already goes through enemies, so a bad ETC will find them power sliding through the front line into the middle of the back line and the front line, and suddenly they're getting killed. Rolling like a stone makes you go farther than that. So not only are you now in the middle of it, now you're farther away from your team. Unless you know what you're doing with ETC, I don't recommend going with rolling like a stone. Block is what I go with at level 1. At level 4, double neck guitar. All the time, every time. 30% faster, 100% more width. It's beautiful. At level 7, I go with Guitar Hero or Follow Through. Although Follow Through is definitely on the back burner of what I choose because, again, his basic attacks don't do a lot of damage. Guitar Hero makes it so your basic attacks heal you while your E is up. Beautiful skill. I highly recommend trying it. At level 10, now both of these heroics are fantastic. It's all about map and team comp. On big maps like, I don't know, like Sky Temple or Blackheart's Bay or The Curse, whatever it is, Stage Dive is great. You could be in a lane alone, you could be pushing, you could be soaking, you could be doing whatever you want, and at a moment's notice you can pop Stage Dive and be right in the middle of the fight. It can also be used to get away if you are in a lot of trouble. Say your entire team's dead and you're running for the hills and you still have Stage Dive up, which you shouldn't, but if you do, you can use Stage Dive to just teleport to the other side of the map. Mosh Pit is a great one. I think it's probably used more often than Stage Dive. The bad thing about Mosh Pit is, a lot like Lili's ult, it can be cancelled super easily. If you don't Mosh Pit somebody that can cancel your Mosh Pit, it will get cancelled. Brightwing, for example, can polymorph it. Super easy to do. So remember that if you're going to Mosh Pit, make sure you get everybody in your Mosh Pit. Mosh Pit's also not anything more than a setup for another ultimate. So if you have a lot of teammates with good ultimates, let's say you have, I don't know, Gazlo's Gravel Bomb on your team, or Nova with Precision Strike, or let's say you have Zeratul with Void Prison. He can Void Prison, you can slide in, and as soon as he drops the Void Prison, press R, and suddenly you're mosh pitting into Nova Precision Strike, right? Something like that is a really good idea. If you don't have that potential on your team, I highly recommend going with Stage Dive. At level 13, I really enjoy Showstopper. The reason I like this is you are a tank. So you power slide in, for 4 seconds you take 25% less damage from enemies. I think it's fantastic. I really enjoy Showstopper. At level 16, I go with Echo Pedal. Again, he doesn't do a lot of damage, so I enjoy Echo Pedal. Now, it doesn't mean I won't go with Imposing Presence. Let's say there's an Illidan and a Zeratul and a Vala with auto attack build on the other team, or whatever it may be, somebody with a lot of auto attack. I'll go Imposing Presence for sure. More often than not, I'll pick Echo Pedal just because I want to do a little bit more damage with him, since, again, he doesn't do a lot now. Level 20. Very interesting talent level right here. You can do a lot of different things at level 20. Bolt of the Storm is great, especially because you can bolt in, use Mosh Pit, or you can Mosh Pit and bolt out. Storm Shield's good. You can Mosh Pit in, or you can slide in, press Storm Shield, your entire team has a shield, and you're able to fight for a little bit longer. I don't really like Death Metal. I think that any skill where you have to die for it to be used is a skill that you should probably shy away from. I mean, I don't know. Instead of picking Death Metal, just don't die. I think it's probably the better option here. If you find that you're dying a lot, however, sure, pick Death Metal. It's hilarious. But I don't recommend it. Crowd Pleaser is fine. It's cool because every enemy you hit reduces the cooldown by 15 seconds for Crowd Pleaser. So if you do get every enemy in it, your cooldown is reduced to 0, which is cool. And then Tour Bus is pretty fun. But again, just don't miss your mosh pit. Don't miss it, and you won't have to use it. And for me, it's one of these two almost every time. Bolt of the Storm or Storm. Let's go ahead and take a look at what he is all about in try mode here. Here's ETC. His Q is Power Slide. It's a little straight action attack here. What it'll do is it will slide into enemies and slow them down and freeze them. See, he's stunned. There we go. Right? His W pushes people away. Flap! Face Melt, it's called. Face Melt is great for doing exactly what we're doing right there, which is clearing enemies out of your way. So we'll wait for Arthas to come back here. I'll show you a really cool way to use Face Melt. Basically, what you do is you Q in and then push them towards your hero. Like that. Right, and then that'll get you towards your other heroes and do a little bit more damage to them. Your E is guitar, or your E, sorry, is guitar solo. So what it's gonna do here is when I press E, I'll regenerate some health, and then also whenever I attack people, I'll also gain health. Now I have full health right here. I am gaining health whenever I do that. We can do here. We can go. Kind of focus one of these towers here and see if it ends up hitting us. There we go. Oh, now you'll start seeing a little bit of, there we go, 109, 109, 109, 109, whatever that may be. So that's kind of how ETC works. Now Mosh Pit is pretty simple. What you do is a good way to do is you Q and then R, get him into it, make him dance, and then obviously Malfurion would hit him if he was on the enemy, or on my team and not a bot. And that's how Mosh Pit works. Alright, Anub'arak is a very interesting character. As of right now, as of Monday, he's rather broken. They're gonna do they have to do something to nerf him. I don't know what it's gonna be, whether his beetles do less damage and give you more health, or whether they give you less health and do more damage, but what they're doing right now is a little OP. So if you do have a Anub'arak, I highly recommend using him. Because he is straight gangster right now. He's such a good character, it's ridiculous. The ability build you want to go with, the talent build you want to go with, rather, is the beetle build. If it has a beetle icon, click it. So at level 1, you go Assault Scarab. At level 4, you go Legion of Beetles. At level 7, you go Leeching Scarabs. At 10, you go Locust Swarm. At 13, you go Burning Rage, is what I enjoy the most. At 16, depending on what you are against, let's say you are going against a double tank team, Blood for Blood is great. If you're going against a auto attack team, Imposing Presence is great. If you're going against neither of those, and you're going just like a regular whatever comp, I recommend Epicenter. But one of those three. I'll almost always choose Epicenter or Blood for Blood, depending on, again, what the enemy comp is looking like. And then at 20, I go Rewind. I always go Rewind. Rewind's great because what you can do is you can Q, E, W, Rewind, Q, E, W, and suddenly they've been stunned 4 times and they have no idea what's happening. So let me actually go ahead and show you what I mean by all that, really. He's one of those characters that he's almost Johanna in the fact that when you see him on the battlefield, try to kill everybody else first and then focus him, or else you'll never kill him. He is so strong right now, it's incredible. And then the other thing is he's really fun to play, which is why I think a lot of people like him. Because not only is he relatively broken, but he's fun. He's super fun. So his Q is a straight stun. Okay. His W gives him a shield and spawns beetles. Now, when it comes to Anub'arak, every ability you use spawns a beetle. So make sure that your W is pretty much always on cooldown. And then his E is a long burrow that you can actually cancel anytime you want. So I'll go about halfway here, then I'll press E, and it will cancel it and pop them up. Right, so then you can Q, double stun, and then you start hitting people. Right now I have a couple beetles out, and we're just attacking him. See those 3 beetles chasing him? 4 beetles chasing him? And that's Anub'arak. He just does so much damage. Now, his R is very interesting. What his ultimate does, what Locust Swarm does, 180 damage per second in an area. Each enemy damaged heals for 40 health. So what I can do, I'll wait for some more minions here. You can basically go into the middle of minions, pop your R, and never lose any health. So I'm gonna try to kill Arthas here. I'm actually gonna use rewind. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna E Q W to EQW here. And then pop my R, and that's pretty much how Anub'arak works. So it's really strong. He's really strong. Now at the same time, he's very technical. Your Q is very small. It's really easy to miss. People juke it a lot. They see it coming. So it does take a lot of practice with him. But that is a beautiful thing that he does. And you could do it to multiple enemies. If there were more than one enemy in a line, you could stun them all in a row. It's good for getaways. Let's say you're running away, you can pop your Q behind you. Your E is great for getaway also because you can burrow. And Anub'arak's really strong. I highly recommend him at 4,000 gold. I don't really think there's a better hero at that cost. And plus, look at him dance. Look at him tap dance for you. I mean, there's always that, right?
Is it you wish, friend?
Alright, so we're moving on to Thrall. Thrall is a very interesting hero. He needs some sort of a buff. It's hard to argue why you would take Thrall over any other hero in melee assassin category right now. I'm not saying he's bad at all. In fact, he's quite good. But what I'm saying is that there are other melee assassins that do better than he does.
You understand?
Perhaps health boost? Maybe a damage output boost? Something. I don't know what it is, but he needs something. He needs something for sure. The build that I like to go with when it comes to Thrall revolves around his Frost Wolf resilience trait. So casting ability as enemies grants charges that heal you. I like to build around those charges. So what I go with is I go Rolling Thunder first. It's going to be between that and Rabid Wolves, depending on what the enemy comp is going to be. If there's a lot of damage, like a ton of burst damage out of him, Rabid Wolves is great. For any other comp, Rolling Thunder is really nice because Thrall can be a bit mana intensive. This restores mana and increases your Chain Lightning range.
You understand?
At level 4, I almost always go in Venom. Now, with Thrall, you're always in the middle of battle. You're almost always in the middle of battle. Or Venom is great. You just pop it and watch people die. It's fantastic. At level 7, I will go with Wind Shear. Really like Wind Shear. Reduces the cooldown of your E by 4 seconds. You can use it more often. Really like Wind Shear, especially because it synergizes with the talent later I'll show you. Level 10, I go Sundering. The only time Earthquake really works is if you have a really good team comp that understands that you're going to use Earthquake. Otherwise, Sundering is just a really good hero, a heroic that'll fit in any team. At level 13, I go with Grace of Air. So this is what I was talking about. It synergizes well with level 7. Now your E has a 4-second cooldown reduction, and every time you use it, it grants double Frostwolf resistance. And if you can get 5 stacks of those or 4 stacks of those, then you get more health. So with 7 and 13 synergizing really well together, I like Grace of Air because you're healing yourself more often. At level 16, I go Blood for Blood. Really like Blood for Blood. A lot of people pick Tempest Fury. I don't like Tempest Fury very much with him, but a lot of people pick it. I like Blood for Blood. If you could pick Blood for Blood on a hero, I typically pick Blood for Blood. It's a really quick attack. It takes a lot of damage off. It gives you heal and lets you live on to fight again. But a lot of people do take Tempest Fury, so don't shy away from it. If you can get good with it, great. I can't seem to, so have fun with it. Let me know. Maybe show me how to use it because I can't seem to figure out how to make his E work well in a fight. And then at level 20, I almost always go with Nexus Blades because he is a basic attack hero. So Nexus Blades allows you to do 20% more damage and slow the target down. If you find that you need to get out of the way, and let's be honest here, he doesn't have a lot of escapes, Bolt of the Storm is always a great choice for him. You see down here, this little wolf icon? These little 4 notches on the side of it. Every time you hit somebody with an ability, you'll see those little notches come up. So there's 3 of them. Let me get hit really quick, and you'll see my health go up. Boom! There you go. So I filled it up, and I got 450 health for it. Oh. One thing to remember with Thrall, his Q actually has a pretty long range. So let me show you really quick. See the Q range right there? So you don't need to be like right in the middle of battle, right? You can back out pretty well with him. His W is going to put out a red frost wolf that is going to stun enemies. And then his E is the one that grants double frost wolf resistance. So you come in here, you can press E, whap, whap, whap. It also increases your attack speed. So increase your movement speed by 30%. Your next 3 basic attacks occur 100% faster. So you'll E, and then you'll go ba ba ba. Much faster he attacks, and you're just getting health the whole time. And that's what I really like about Thrall, is the fact that you're basically always getting health. There's Thundering. Ah! Oh, I wasn't able to quite get him. Oh, there we go. But that's sort of how Thrall works. Sundering his heroic, as you can see, it puts a huge divide in the earth, a massive earthquake of sorts. And what you want to do is you want to use that to separate heroes. So if they're rolling as 5, and you can see that a couple of their DPS are on one side and their tanks are on the other, or their healer is out of position on one side, pop Sundering, get them out of the way. It allows you to focus one side of the battle while your other heroes focus the other side, and take them out pretty quick. But there's Envenom, you see how quick it takes off health. Yeah, that's Thrall. A really good hero. In the right hands, he's really strong. Again, don't listen to people being like, oh, don't pick Thrall, he's terrible. He's not terrible. He needs something, a little bit of a buff somewhere, or a rework in his abilities or something, but he is by far not terrible. No, if you like him, play with him, do what you think. Just remember, a really quick tip with Thrall is he is pretty squishy, so you do want to make sure that if you are going into battle, it's very quickly, and then you're exiting back out. He is not going to stay in battle as long as a tank. He's not even going to stay in battle as long as somebody like Illidan, simply because he doesn't have the abilities to, the survivability abilities that he needs in order to do that. So, but that's Thrall, everybody. We are moving on to Nazeebo. Oh, Nazeebo. Nazeebo is probably one of the most fun characters if you can land a zombie wall. If you can't land a zombie wall, you're gonna hate playing Nazeebo, and your teammates are gonna hate that you're also playing Nazeebo. I can promise you that. He's very technical. Honestly, his entire build is around whether or not you can land a zombie wall. If you don't do it, you're not playing him right. You need to just retire the character and move on. You've got to be able to land zombie wall. And no, it's not that easy. So the first time you play him, we're not gonna be able to do it. Practice if you want. Just know that if you can't figure it out, it's time to move on, because it's all he can really do well, and you need to make sure you're doing it right. With him, at level 1, Death Ritual. I don't know why you'd pick anything else here, honestly. Permanently gain 5 health and 3 mana when a minion dies under Voodoo Ritual. In other words, when you kill a minion, 5 health and 3 mana it goes to you. It's amazing. At level 4, I almost always go with Spider Cluster. 3 more spiders over 3 seconds on your Q. It's great. It's great. I don't know why you wouldn't do it. The reason I don't pick Envenom is I'm never close enough in battle to really be using Envenom with him. You can take Promote on certain maps if you want. Tomb of the Spider Queen's a good one. Sky Temple would be a good one. I don't know. The Curse would be a good one. Garden would be a good one. Blackheart's Bay would be a good one. So any of the bigger maps you could take Promote on. But I wouldn't recommend taking Promote over Spider Cluster.
Our destiny lies on the
At level 7, I go with Gidbin. Increases the explosion area of plague toads and the duration of your zombie wall. Corpse spiders by 25%. So you're empowering your abilities. That's all you're doing. It's great. It's fantastic. I would take it every time. At level 10, Gargantuan. I go with there. At level 13, I always go with Sprint. So Sprint's great. A lot of people like Toads of Hugeness, which I understand, but Sprint is so good. Get in, get out. They have somebody, say they're running a double stealthy Nova Zera tool comp. Ice Block is great for that. But Sprint is my most picked talent by far. At level 16, I will go with Leaping Spiders. It's fantastic. So basically what I run is a spider build of sorts, I guess you could say. And then at level 20, I go with Humongoid. What it does, it just increases your Gargantuan's power and it makes them last longer. If you find that you're in a lot of trouble and Sprint isn't working for you, Bolt of the Storm is good, but increasing your your Gargantuan's damage and duration is kind of a no-brainer here. So his Q is a pretty big range. And what it does again, it drops spiders out of a little pot. Like you throw spiders at people. Spiders pop out of it. Come out right there. And they hit enemies. Great for getting into the back line. His W is the wall. You can pop it there, puts people in there, and then they're stuck, right? And now you can beat the crap out of them if you wanted to. Now, obviously, it's not that easy to land. Typically, if you know, when you're playing against humans, they'll see the W and they'll get out of there. So what you kind of want to do is you can use it for three main things. You use it to capture people in it. Now, you want to kind of you want to place it behind them, expecting them to run. Right? So if they run away like that, you can still get them in it. You can use it to simply be a wall, almost like a Tassadar wall. What you can do, what I mean by that is, like, let's say... See, Arthas is probably coming up back here in a second. There we go. So what you can do is you can put it, like, here. Knowing that he's going to try to retreat, and now he can't. Right? So, no, you didn't trap him in it, but you did trap him. Right? You trapped him in front of it. Like I said, like a Tassadar wall. The other thing you can do is you can use it to run away. So let's say that he is on my ass and he won't get away from me. Right? I can do something like this, and it's going to be between me and him, and he's not going to be able to get to me. Now, remember, and this right here is very important, so listen very closely. To you new Nazeebo players out there, if you drop your zombie wall and it's in the way, you can drop it back down by simply pressing W. Okay? So, put your zombie wall up, it's in the way, oh my god, I'm stuck in the zombie wall, get out of here, press W, it just goes away. Your teammates will love you for it. And then there's Gargantuan. Right? Fantastic. Put it down, and you can click things, and he attacks them. And it's great. And then you press R, and he smashes people in the face. That's what he does. Gargantuan's amazing. It's such a cool ult. And I can't recommend it enough. Ah, boom! Get wrecked. Put him in a zombie wall back here, and there we go. Throw some spiders at him, throw some toads at him, and wreck some face. But that is the Zeebo. You'll see right here I have 110 health bonus because of my voodoo ritual at the beginning. Fantastic character, really, really fun. Incredibly frustrating. Incredibly frustrating if you're on a Nazeebo's team who doesn't know they can lower a wall, though. So remember, you can lower the wall. Please. Please remember you can lower the wall. So, Illidan. Probably the most powerful melee assassin in the game. And most likely also the most poorly used assassin in the game. People, even good Illidan players, they get a little bit bloodthirsty. They go too ham on the core and they die. A good Illidan, a great Illidan, knows when to get out of battle just as well as when to get into battle. So remember, to you Illidan players out there, it's never a bad thing to back out of a 3v1. You don't want to be in there. If you find yourself in there, get out of there. You're not God, you're just Illidan. So, what I do for his talent's pretty simple. I go with Shadow Shield at level 1. I go with Immolation at level 4. At level 7, I go with First Aid. Survivability, my friends, with Illidan is very important. Level 10, Metamorphosis. The only time you'll ever take the hunt is if you are on a team that knows you're taking the hunt, and you're on voice comms and everybody understands it, and it's beautiful. But 99% of the time, Metamorphosis is the skill you want to take. Level 13. One of two things here. If you're playing a really high tank team, say a double tank, or a team that just has a lot of health, a Giant Killer is great. If you're playing a team that does a lot of damage, you want to go with Sixth Sense. It increases his survivability by a ton. At level 16, I go with Blood for Blood. Right, you're already in battle anyway, may as well take Blood for Blood. Do a little more damage, heal yourself for a little bit more, stay alive, and kill some fools. And then at level 20, I love Demonic Form. I think it's Demonic Form. It keeps you in your Demonic Form permanently. And what's great about it is that it actually ends up doing more damage than Nexus Blades will do. Demonic Form is great. Fantastic thing. I highly recommend getting it. I'm not entirely sure what the rest of the world picks there, but I sure as hell know that I picked Demonic. He's very, very strong. He's also very, very squishy. So your Q has a pretty good range. What this is going to do is it's going to dive at the target. If you're already near the target, like let's say I'm right here, no point in using Q, right? But if I'm far away and I can't quite get to him, then yeah, Q to him, hit him a few times. Your power comes from your auto attacks, so use them. Right? If you find that you're in trouble, you can press E to evade. And there we go, now he's running away. So that's kind of how it works. Don't let him run away from you. If they end up coming back, that's the great thing about Illidan, is you can chase people down pretty heavy. Especially with first aid. Right, now I can pop first aid and get out of there. That's sort of how Illidan works. His Q is great for two things. Diving an enemy hero, say in the back line, and getting away, which I can't really show you because it's stupid minions, but basically you can Q to a minion. Let's see if I can get some of them out here. You can Q to a minion, not to ours, but to theirs. So like, let's say I'm escaping, let's say I'm in the back line hitting a Jane, and I need to escape, I can go like this, get out of there. Right? But again, if you're right here, there's no point in using your Q. Just use your auto attacks. That's where most of your damage comes from. So you'll Q, and you'll notice that every time you do an attack, your cooldown goes down a little bit. So you want to make sure you're using it. Use Metamorphosis here, there we go. So, and then you can also dive towers. So you're like, oh my god, I'm stuck. I'm not stuck, I'm Illidan. Okay, there you go. And now I'm free. And that's how Illidan works. You want to make sure your engages are good, you want to make sure you're using your auto attacks, and you want to make sure that you know when to escape the battle. If you're dying, get out of there, guys. You're strong, but you're not that strong. You do a lot of damage, you're like a glass cannon. You do a lot of damage, but you can die fairly easily. So I can't recommend to you enough to learn when to get out of there. Let's see if I can survive this. So now E will dodge turrets. There we go. That's kind of how Illidan works right there. Let me know if you have any questions. That's all the free characters for the week. Illidan's gonna do a little dance for you because he loves you. And I'll see you on the battlefield. Remember, twitch.tv/AnthonyACC. I will actually be playing heroes all week long. I'll be in the PTR as well. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you later.